A typical winter's day in the tiny town of Como is one best spent in front of a glowing fire. Bitterly cold temperatures make it miserable. Strong winds make it unbearable. For 120 winters, the Como Depot survived these winds. But survival the next couple of winters does not look as promising.
Structurally, it has obviously seen better days.
Like when it was first built back in the 1880s. Back then, the depot served the Denver, South Park, and Pacific Railroad line.
The railroad made this town. Como was basically the hub of the railroad in its day. The history of it would have been practically nil if the railroad had not been here.
This was a stopover on the line because just yards away from the depot stood a roundhouse, which served as a garage for these giant machines. With the engine safe for the evening, it was time to head to town.
Engine crews would spend time here sleeping. There were boarding houses in town that are long since gone.
It was the center gathering spot of the railroad. Whenever it came in, it was almost like the town center.
But even back then, the depot still had to contend with these high winds. Gusts would derail engines, and snowdrifts, some the height of the trains, would make getting past Como impossible. The train stopped passing through town in 1937. A year later, the Como Depot stood empty, left to battle the Colorado winters and the fierce winds that come with it.
It's made it through a lot of rough winters here. You still see the essence of the building. That's what's needed. It's not gone, you know, and but we're not too far off from it being gone. So.
A new foundation is needed, then a roof, and from there, work on the inside can begin.
There's times I would like to kind of open up the back of my truck, get out my hammer, and get up and nail down a couple sheets of tin. But then when you stop and think about the South Park winds, it is going to take more than that.
But this tiny town is dedicated to making it happen. So once again, someday soon, the Como Depot can once again be known as the little depot that could.
I would say that the building today is a standing relic of our history, and I would hate to see the void in 30 years from now of the depot not being there. I think it is part of the legacy of this community.